Question 6. It's worth trying out yourself before you watch the video, and then once you've watched it, once you've tried it, now you can watch how to do it. You might even do it faster than I'm doing because I'm explaining it. It's taking a bit of time, but once you know how to do it, you wouldn't have to go through my long explanation. Okay, so we got two triangles here. They have the common base here, the common base between the two triangles. You can see I have got, I'm going to have to find AB because they asked me to find AB. Again, give your answers to three significant figures. So we're not going to use exact values, so we're going to have to use decimal. To find AB, I need two values. I need that and that in order to find this. To find this, I can use these two because if I got these two, I can find that. So I need to find that first using these two, and then I can then use this and that to find that. So that's what's going on. Okay, so let's start the show. Right, we need to find AC first. To find AC, I'm going to find out which is the longest side. The longest side is AC. So I'm going to call that C because it's the longest side. And I can apply this formula here by Pythagoras formula. So now I know that, so I can say C squared equals A squared plus B squared. Now I need to, it doesn't matter which one I called A or B. So if I call that A and I'll call that B, so I can then say to find C now, I need to do the square root of A squared plus B squared. Now I can populate that. Remember, it's always plus or minus whenever you do a square root, but this cannot be a negative number, so that's why we stick with the positive value rather than the negative value, because that means you can have a positive and negative value, but we only stick with the positive value because this is a positive value. So we can populate those variables with the values. So A is 7, so I'm going to say 7 squared plus B is 4. That will be 4 squared. So C will be equal to root 49 plus 16. So you can see I'm sticking to the positive value rather than the negative value because this has to be positive. And therefore C will be, that'll be plus root, you don't have to put the plus there, root 65. And so that's the exact value. C is root 65 is the exact value. So we're going to use that here. So that is become root 65. So I'm going to use that and that to then find what we need, AB. So to find AB now, this is the longest side, so I've got to call that C, right? And this one will be my, let's call that my A now. So this is my new A. And this is my B. Okay. So again, I'm using the C squared equals A squared plus B squared. Now I've got A and I've got C. C is the longest side. I'm looking for B. I need to make B the subject, B squared the subject. So I can then say B squared. So I have to move the A squared to the other side. That will become negative because it's positive here. If you go across over the equal sign, it will be negative. It will be minus equals, so B squared equals to C squared minus A squared. So basically I've subtracted A squared from both sides. And now my B would be, because I don't want B squared, I want B, would be square root of C squared minus A squared. Okay, I know what I need to do now. I need to punch that into calculator. So make sure the calculator is on. So you want to put the square root there. Now c is 9.5. C squared will be 9.5 squared in there. Minus. Now you've got to be careful here. So open bracket first, because I've got my a to be root 65. So you press your root 65, right? Move your cursor to the right, close the bracket. So this is where mistake is always happen. Then square that. Okay, then that's perfect. And then you press equals sign. So we got b equals to root. C is 9.5 squared minus root 65 all squared. And that is giving us root 101 over 2. You need to press, so that's b. You need to press standard to decimal because this is the exact value. The question is saying give your answers to 3 significant figures. That means you have to change it to decimal. So press standard to decimal here. You want 3 significant figure. You got 1, 2, 3. That's 4, not 5. So you have to round it down. So it's going to be 5.02. So this will be 5.02 centimeter. And that's your answer into 3 significant figure. 1 significant figure, 2 significant figure, 3 significant figure.